Welcome to Align Trading. Going over today's SPY recap and live analysis before taking a look at what to be watching tomorrow. So first thing that I explained today in the pre-market brief for Discord members was to be watching this purple buying continuation still, as we had this gap up right here from this continuation of this structure right here. You see this cup and this handle. However, we were unable to catch this move intraday, but I explained that you had to be watching for this head and shoulder that could start to form if we started to fall back below all of this liquidity right here, which we ended up doing, but it took some time, and we initially had this move up to near 567 right here before we were able to form this head and shoulder. If you can see right here, there is one within here, and then ultimately this cup and handle, which gives us this move below 563. And I will show you how we reached this, but we were unable to form this handle right here, and may be a clue for tomorrow, and I will go over what to be watching into the meeting. So now here on the 1 minute chart, going over the microstructure and algorithms. First thing in the morning, I explained that you had to be paying attention for this inverse head and shoulder right here. Now there was news at 10 a.m. so you can see right at this candle, but from here we are able to form that, and we do not form a head and shoulder to grab this liquidity and break out of this blue algorithm to see that selling to the downside. Like I explained, it took some time for us to be able to break below this 563 right here, and we were not able to do it until later in the day. So you see, first off in the morning, we do not have that sell-off. Now, with these moves early in the morning, I did not take any. I was waiting for a better setup. So even right here, I explained if we were able to form this inverse cup and handle and head and shoulder, I would be interested in that. And you will see how I end up taking this trade later in the day after we do break below this, and I will explain why. But we are unable to close that inverse cup, and instead, once again, see that inverse head and shoulder right here trying to build, but we just do not have any steam up here. As you can see, we are starting to taper, and it does take some time, but we start to form this head and shoulder right here. So as I was saying, how this took time to form and was not even the best trade until we were able to break below this right here. So you see how we start to form that head and shoulder right here, finally closing that inverse cup back at this level. Now there's not much of a handle right here. However, we do start seeing some volume coming in below that low of day, and this is where I explained I was finally able to take my first trade off of this structure right here. You see this head and shoulder starting to form right here within this flag. We got that white as well as this tapering red, and we see how we form that structure right there. And then once again, that move to the downside. So with this move down right here that you see, it looked like this on the 30-minute. We were able to close this level right here, as I was mentioning with that handle in the beginning, and we are unable to form this throughout the rest of the day, which you see here on the microstructure. Even when we close that inverse cup once again, we are unable to see that handle and see if we are able to retest that 5-day moving average. Like I explained, we will likely see that happen tomorrow, but not much to go over the rest of the day. We have once again a failed inverse cup here as well, no handle, and then same thing right here. We just do not have enough time there at the end of the day, and cannot break down below this level right here that you see acting as support. But now it is time to go over what to be watching tomorrow with the rate decision and FOMC. So as I was mentioning with that 5-day moving average, if we do see some sort of retest before we make a move, was very likely, even if it is just a dip right here. You see how we have this liquidity being built. So in the morning, if we maybe have a dip, retest that 5-day moving average, and from there grab that liquidity on the way up, we can see that rally. Now, in the case that we do lose the 5-day moving average, you can see this larger head and shoulder right here. So if we do hold below that 563, form this shoulder below that 5-day moving average, as well as that right here, you see how we have this liquidity on the way down. Zooming out some more, right, you can see how we have this green algorithm right here. And if we do start heading down, breaking out of that, pay attention to that 5-day moving average and this liquidity on the way down. But in the case that we just need to build more liquidity right here with the yellow and blue algorithms for this handle, right, be paying attention to something like that. This would be very easy to do. As you can see here on the daily chart, right, our 5-day is still above this 20. It is trending up. And if we want to see that upper Bollinger test tomorrow, that can happen. We just need to remain above that. Now, if we do start to head down below that 5-day moving average right here, we will likely come in contact with the 20 as well. So be paying attention to that, as it could be another stop for it to build more liquidity and start heading up. So if we need to form that, right, you see how we have this flag, and we can form something like that before heading up. Just got to pay attention to these things. So just be prepared tomorrow. Anything can happen. This is a highly anticipated event, and there will be lots of volatility. Be ready to expect the unexpected from what everyone else is looking for. So even if, right, we start up here moving and then all of a sudden there is some sort of reversal, well, then you have to be paying attention to that and how that can form, right? Do not be greedy, do not be biased, just trade off the structure. But that will wrap up the video for tonight. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see members in the morning. Have a good one.